Hello and welcome to the 938 podcast. I'm Brian Garrison, one of the Associate Mission Directors here in the BBFI Mission Office. So glad you're with us here this morning. Now, you may notice something a little bit different about the setup. I don't have anybody here with me to interview. This will be more of an informational podcast, and here's why. Normally about this time of year, many of our churches and even individual donors will reach out to us and say something like this: we're raising funds for a Christmas project this year, or we have a Christmas offering that we raise money for every year, maybe in the children's ministries or with their missions giving, and we don't know where to send it to. Do you have any ideas? Now, what we thought we would give is some practical ways to give toward either missionaries or mission projects, and some other very easy ways that you could allocate these funds to and at the same time make an eternal difference as we seek to reach the nations for Christ. And so here we go. The first way to give, if you will, is through missions projects. Just recently we sent out a survey to all of our missionaries, just kind of asking them, do you have any projects that you're working on, trying to finish up, or even a particular ministry during the Christmas season that you provide for the areas, the communities that you work in. Honestly, I was kind of overwhelmed by the response. We literally received dozens upon dozens of responses from our missionaries describing in detail some of their projects that they're working on, and some of these types of ministries as well that they need to raise funds for. And to me, it was kind of a blessing to hear and read about all that God is doing. Our missionaries are busy, they're at work, they're doing the work, and it was exciting to read about all of the projects, and also to be able to now participate in hopefully fulfilling these needs for some of these missionaries. So what we've done, instead of taking a whole podcast to kind of go through all of those projects, we've put it down on paper for you so that you can see them in a very easily readable format. You can find this article that describes all of these projects and these ministries, kind of a detailed account of the funds that they need to raise in the Bridge. The Bridge is a place where we provide, as the mission office, all kinds of updates and resources for the churches and individuals in the fellowship. So you can find that article at thebridge.bbfimissions.com. Again, that's thebridge.bbfimissions.com. So go there. You'll see the link below in the description, the notes of the podcast. So click that link and you'll find that article. And just allow the Lord to kind of minister to you as well, and just enjoy reading all of the projects that our missionaries are doing all around the world. They range from a new construction, building a church building, to maybe repairs on their church buildings, to children's and ladies' ministries during the Christmas season. And we'll be honored to help facilitate your gift to help these missionaries in these particular projects. Now, I'll switch gears a little bit. We'll come kind of to the home office, if you will. Now, many of you who keep up with the BBFI Mission Office know that we're kind of in the final stages of our building project. Now, God's been really good, and we're almost done. We moved into our new office space in March of 2024. Since that time, we've completed the event center and some of our short-term housing where deputation and furlough missionaries can stay short time. We're not yet, and almost completed with the first set of townhomes for our retirees. That's 7 townhomes. And honestly, we're right there. We're very close. And those are projected to be done by mid to late December of 2025 of this year. Now, the original cost for the anticipated cost was right around $6 million. But you all know in the last few years, with the rising costs of labor and building materials, that estimate and that actual cost went up to right around $10 million. But God has been incredibly good through this process, in that where we stand right now, at the very end of the project, we currently only owe $750,000 to be completely debt-free. Now, our goal is to be completely debt-free by spring of 2026. However, the God-sized goal would be by the end of this year. So we'd be humbled if you would consider, if you're capable, able, financially, to consider taking part in helping us become debt-free with all of our facilities on our campus, and we would just be so appreciative of that and you getting involved in that way. Now, on a practical level, I mentioned the townhomes for our retirees. They're almost done. One of the things that we lack are the appliances. And so for each unit, we will provide, as the mission office, we will provide a refrigerator, stove, dishwasher, and a microwave. Now, God has actually provided us a really good contact in that for all 4 of these units, we can complete the appliances for each townhome for $2,000. So a set of 4 of these appliances will only cost $2,000. So that's something maybe more practical, more affordable. So if you would like to furnish out a townhome, that would only be $2,000. And so right now we're raising $14,000 total to finish out all 7 of those units. So we'd be appreciative if you consider that as well. One other need that we have, we would like to put a playground in on our campus directly across from the short-term apartments. Now, I can give a personal testimony of what it's like traveling all around the country with little children. Our deputation and even furlough missionaries that are young families and have young children, those kids travel hours upon end in the car, and they're cooped up, and we would love to provide a place for them to get that energy out. So we have plans to put a playground in, and that the rough estimate for that will be around $10,000. So if you could help us with that, we would greatly appreciate that as well. So those are the needs kind of around the world with projects for our missionaries, a need right here at home on our campus to kind of help finish things out with the first stage of our building. Now let's kind of switch gears again and maybe get on a more personal, individual level. Now, for several years, we have promoted from the mission office the idea of planned giving. And a planned gift is just simply a gift from someone's estate that they can make either while they're still alive or after they're promoted to heaven. And I'd kind of like to give you just a few ideas. This is not complete and exhaustive by any stretch of the imagination, but a few ideas if you're considering giving a gift by the end of the year in order to receive some tax break, a tax advantage for that gift. But at the same time, just as we mentioned at the very beginning, these types of gifts could have an eternal impact as well. So let me just give you a few as we kind of wrap up this time in our podcast. Did you know that you can give personal property to your favorite nonprofit organization on a tax-free basis? And we would be honored if you would consider the BBFI Mission Office as that nonprofit organization. If you have a vehicle that you own and maybe don't use or don't care to keep around, you could donate that to the mission office. Things like jewelry, the personal effects, jewelry, boats or motor homes, works of art, collections, if you will, and maybe even physical silver or gold. You could donate these items to the BBFI Mission Office. We would in turn give you a receipt for the value of the gift that you could use for your taxes. You would provide that to your tax preparer, and that would count as a tax deduction for you. And we would in turn, and for the most part, with these gifts, we would sell those gifts, sell that personal property, and with the proceeds of the sale, reinvest those funds in either missionary projects all around the world or for our missionaries in other ways. And so you could consider giving a personal gift, a personal property. How about stocks? Many of you own shares of stocks, and if you've owned them for more than 2 years, you could get a tax break by donating all or part or a portion, I guess, of those shares to the BBFI Mission Office. If they move from institution to institution, in other words, the institution that holds the stocks, and it moves directly into the charitable or the charitable organization, then it would be on a tax-free basis. So you can reach out to the office to kind of get more understanding of how that works, more information. Some of you may own mineral rights. You may have certain rights to either the land or what's underneath the land in terms of natural gas, or oil. So you can donate those rights to a nonprofit organization, also receive a tax credit for that. Real estate. Real estate is a very tangible way to make a charitable gift, a planned gift. You could donate property. Maybe you have a portion of land that you don't foresee building on or holding on to. You could donate that, or even a physical home as well. So reach out to us to figure out and understand how that would work. Many of you are over 73 years of age. And so for those more mature of us that own an IRA, so if you have an individual retirement account, the government likes their tax money, and so you are required, if you're over 73 years old, you're required every year to make what's called a required minimum distribution, and that is taking funds out of your IRA primarily so that they can be taxed. Well, what if you could donate all or part of those funds to a nonprofit organization on a tax-free basis? Well, that's very intriguing for many that have to make those distributions but don't necessarily need that income. And so instead of receiving it as income, making it taxable, you could donate part or all of that required minimum distribution to a nonprofit organization. So reach out to us to learn more about that as well. Now, these are just a few ideas. If you'd like to discuss other ideas about how to make a gift at year end, or even just a regular planned gift, maybe you're starting to think about your estate planning needs, reach out to us. You can email me at bgarrison@bbfimissions.com. Or just give us a call and ask for me by name, 417-862-5001. Be glad to just sit down and visit with you on all the different ways that you can make a planned gift to the BBFI Mission Office, and as we said, make an eternal difference all around the world. Now, you may be asking, well, how can we facilitate these gifts? Well, the easiest way would be to go to our website. That's bbfimissions.com, and please make sure that you go to the BBFI Mission Office website. So that's very specific, at bbfimissions.com. At the very top of our website, you'll see a button called Give. If you hover over or click on that button, you will see many options. Under that tab, it will say missionaries, projects, planned giving or building projects. So you can click on any one of those to give in those specific areas. But once again, if you have questions at all and like further guidance on your giving, please reach out to us. Again, it's bgarrison@bbfimissions.com. Love to visit with you about that. Thanks so much for just taking some time out to hear about the many ways that you could get involved in helping us as the BBFI Mission Office do what we do for our missionaries and you, our churches, in order to make much of Jesus, because that's what it's all about as we enter into this season where we celebrate Him coming, Him living a sinless, perfect life and dying for us as our Savior and rising again from the dead. We celebrate all these things about Jesus, our Savior, and it's our job and our honor and privilege to make Him known. And that's what we do here at the BBFI Mission Office, and we're grateful for your help in standing behind us and beside us as we do everything we can to make sure not only that our missionaries get to the field, but they're able to have the resources necessary in order to stay there, in order to make Jesus known among the nations. So once again, thanks for your help. Thanks for listening. And just reach out to us if you have any other questions about these ideas of how to give in this time of year. God bless you so much. And thanks again for being part of BBFI Missions.